Hey friends, let's go ahead and talk about Nibbler versus Nibbler. So we have the Milwaukee M12 versus the Snapon 14.4. This one I've had for a year. You guys have seen the thousands of props that I've created, and a lot of fabricating goes into our props, cutting aluminum, plastic, steel, and this has been my number one go-to tool. Now we have this that's just released by the 14.4 by Snapon. And I had to get it. I had to check it out. I love Snap-on tools. I'm a professional mechanic. I've been in the commercial rig industry for 18 years, and now I've owned my own film prop business for the past 4 years. And again, I had to grab it. I had to see how they perform against each other, because I love a Nibbler. A Nibbler is a fantastic tool to have. So let's go ahead and look at the Snap-on. So as you can see, we're inside of the ratchet body that you normally would see. We got the light here. We got a pretty slim profile, very small cutting space, and radius to get around those turns. Now the Snap-on is very smooth tool, variable trigger, very, very smooth, very precise cuts. I like that. For the Milwaukee, you've got the on switch here on the top, speeds. Of course, you got the fill bar, because this is a fuel brushless. We've got the lights in front, beautiful lit up space for when you're cutting. We have this huge radius for getting around turns, beautifully spaced here. And of course, we have a little bit more cutting distance than the Snap-on. The most important thing is we have this collector's bag. This collects all of your clippings, which is a bunch of little sharp pieces that make a huge mess. This is key. This is very important to have if you want a no mess tool. Now, when we're talking about radius, we're talking about getting around pieces like this. So we can cut this nicely, very nicely, right? And then we can cut pretty thick pieces, as you see here. So that is how the Milwaukee cuts. I don't think the Snap-on, is it thick enough? Oh, my battery's dead. So let me go ahead and change that out. So as you guys can see the mess here, that just started spewing everywhere. So instead of replacing that, you guys can see the difference, which is not much, but you have that much of a gap that's going to be left over. And for the reason of getting this video done, I'm just not going to swap this out. I should have put in a new battery so that way it's ready to go. In the end, I've used this one for about a month. I've used this one for a year. I'm going to use this one for a year and see how it does, see if there's any issues, and put this one aside unless I'm needing that turn radius, which is very important. Which tool do I think is the best? Which do I think performs and the most thought put into the tool? Is definitely the Milwaukee. So there's $100 difference between these two tools. That's bare tool. That's not including battery kits. With the angle that this allows you to the radius to turn, the lights in front, which makes sense because you want to see what you're cutting. The collector bag is fantastic. The only negative is how wide this is here, getting into tight spaces, and then how much vibration this has. This is a much smoother precision tool, but and that you have the smaller head, but you have more space here where it matters, and then you're able to get around those turns and then the collector's bag. So I gotta say, Milwaukee's got it on this one. This is a no complaint tool. Gets a lot of stuff done. As you guys saw, I completed the shrink machine from Honey I Shrunk the Kids. So this is 7 feet tall. Doesn't really show up in the video that much because I'm so far away. And then it's 5 feet long. So all of this aluminum and steel work was done with the Nibbler, and it's a fantastic tool. You guys should definitely pick one up. Either way, a Nibbler in general is just the perfect tool to have in your arsenal to get the job done. We'll see you guys later.